If you're still betting like it's 2024, you're already losing. The sportsbooks are getting smarter, the markets are moving faster, and the old ways of betting, they don't work anymore. But here's the good news. I've got the exact trends you need to stay ahead in 2025. These aren't just guesses, they're real shifts that sharp bettors are using to make serious money. I've spent hours digging into the latest betting data, tools, and market changes. And in this video, I'll break down 6 powerful trends that will help you find better bets, win more, and stop leaving money on the table. Let's get into it. But starting with trend number 1, and what if I told you that you could lose more bets than you win and still make money? Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what sharp bettors are doing, using something called positive expected value, or positive EV for short. Here's the deal. Most people bet based on feelings. They bet on their favorite team, a hot tip, or just what feels right, but feelings don't beat sports books. Math does. Positive EV betting is when the odds of the bet give you more value than the risk. Think of it like buying a $100 gift card for $90. You won't win every time, but over time, that extra value adds up. Smart bettors now use tools like OddsJam to scan thousands of bets every day and spot positive EV opportunities instantly, even before sportsbooks adjust. If you want to win long term, stop betting for fun and start betting for value. That's what separates winners from losers in 2025. But if you're still betting based on vibes instead of value, you're not just losing money, you're giving it away. The edge is real, but only if you have the right data, the right system, and the right tools to act fast. OddsJam does all of that for you. It finds profitable bets, shows you the edge, and helps you size your wagers with precision. Click the link in the description, start using OddsJam, and stop betting like a fan. It's time to think like a sharp. But moving on to trend number 2, and did you know the same exact bet can have different odds depending on the sportsbook? That's like two stores selling the same pair of shoes, one for $70 and the other for $100. Smart bettors always buy at the $70 store, so why wouldn't you do the same with your bets? Sportsbooks don't all agree on the odds. They move lines based on sharp money, injuries, and market action, and that creates opportunity. If you can spot where one book is offering a better number than the rest, you've got a built-in edge. This is called a line discrepancy, and it's how sharp bettors get ahead. But here's the problem. You can't check 10 books manually for every game. That's where OddsJam comes in. It scans every major sports book in real time and highlights which book has the best price, so you always get max value. Even better, it spots arbitrage bets, where you can lock in profit no matter who wins. Here's how to use it. Open accounts with at least 5 sports books. Use OddsJam to compare lines before placing a single bet. Bet with the book offering the best odds every time. In sports betting, every half point matters. Stop leaving money on the table. Okay, so trend number 3. And what if I told you the most profitable bets aren't even on the main scoreboard? That's right. While most people are betting spreads and totals, sharp bettors are cleaning up in the small markets, things like player props, alt lines, and even niche sports like tennis or table tennis. Here's why. Big markets get a lot of attention. That means sports books set tighter lines and adjust fast. But small markets, they're softer, less accurate, and way easier to exploit, especially with a tool like OddsJam. Think of it like a garage sale. Everyone's fighting over the TV, but you walk away with a rare baseball card, no one noticed, for $1. These micro markets are where the books make mistakes. OddsJam catches them. It finds player props where the odds are off, alt lines with hidden value, and obscure games where no one's paying attention, but the edge is real. Here's how to start. Focus on 1 to 2 props or niche sports daily. Use OddsJam to filter by highest EV in those markets. Bet with discipline. Even small edges stack fast. Big wins don't always come from big games. The gold is in the corners no one's looking at. Now, do you want to make your first $1,000 from sports betting? I break it all down in my free newsletter. What to bet, how to manage your bankroll, and the systems that actually work. Click the link in the description to join. Let's turn smart bets into real profit. And now for trend 4, but what if you could get a text the moment a sports book makes a mistake? In 2025, timing is everything. The best bets don't last long, odds change fast, and if you're too slow, you miss the edge. Here's the truth. Sports books move lines when sharp money hits.
That means EV disappears in seconds. The bettors who win are the ones who act first. That's why smart bettors use real-time alerts to catch value before the books fix it. Think of it like catching a flash sale. If you're not first, it's gone. OddsJam gives you that speed advantage with custom alerts for EV spikes, stale lines, and middle opportunities. Set your filters, and it sends alerts the second value pops up. No more refreshing odds or guessing when to bet. OddsJam does it for you. Here's how to use it. Set alerts for EV bets over 2 to 3% edge. Turn on text or email notifications. Act fast. Value fades quick. In betting, being early means beating the books. In 2025, speed isn't just an edge, it's a weapon. Now finally, with Trend 5, and how do you know if you're a winning bettor? Even before the game starts. There's one number that tells the truth, closing line value, or CLV. Here's what that means. The closing line is the final odds before a game starts. It's usually the sharpest number because all the late money, news, and market movement are baked in. If you bet better odds than the closing line, you're on the right side of value. Do that consistently, you'll win in the long run, even if you lose a few bets today. It's like buying stocks before the price jumps. You got the value early. That's how smart bettors think. OddsJam tracks this for you, so you know when you're beating the market. It even shows you if your bets have positive EV at the time you place them, and whether the line moved in your favor. Forget win-loss records. If you're not beating the closing line, you're not beating the market. But quick reminder, if you're not using OddsJam by now, you're missing easy value, the edge, the alerts, the data, it's all there. Smart bettors use tools everyone else just hopes. Links in the description. Go check it out. Trend number 6, but let's be real. Most bettors don't lose because of bad picks. They lose because they bet like amateurs. Here's what losing looks like. Doubling down after a bad night, guessing unit sizes based on gut, betting bigger to chase heat or cool off. Now here's what winning looks like. Risk stays steady, no tilt, no panic. Long-term profits tracked like a portfolio. In 2025, if you're not using a system, you are the system. The books love emotional bettors. They profit off your lack of discipline. The solution? Use the data, use the edge, trust the math. OddsJam gives you the percent edge on every bet so you can size your units based on confidence, avoid overbetting losing spots, and track your bankroll like a business. Final word, you don't need to bet bigger, you need to bet smarter. Start thinking like an investor, not a gambler. Want to see how this works in real life? Watch this next video where I break down exactly how I use OddsJam to find positive EV bets, step by step. It's a full deep dive, and it'll change the way you bet forever. Click it now. Let's keep going.